In 2018, Google updated its Street View for Acatapi de Morales in Mexico, capturing what looked like a forgotten lot filled with trash bags and overgrown weeds. At first glance, nothing seemed unusual, but those bags were hiding a nightmare. Police were already investigating a disturbing pattern. Several young women had gone missing after getting texts or calls from the same person, 28-year-old Patricia Martinez. She lived nearby with her husband, Juan Carlos Hernandez, and their kids. The couple seemed ordinary, selling clothes and food outside their home, but investigators had doubts. On October 4th, officers saw the couple push in a stroller and believed it held a missing baby. When they stopped them and checked, they didn't find a baby. They found a woman's dismembered body. The couple had been on their way to dump the remains at that same empty lot Google had photographed. The deeper police dug, the worse it got. Inside the home, they found body parts in bags stuffed in the fridge and even sealed in cement. Some of those cement bags matched the ones in the lot. Juan confessed to killing nearly 28 women over the years, including a 13-year-old neighbor. Patricia admitted to not just dumping but also cooking body parts and feeding them to their dogs. Juan showed no guilt. In fact, he said if given the chance, he'd do it all again.
Prefiero que mis perritos coman carne de estas mujeres a que ellas sigan respirando mi oxígeno. Y mientras yo siga aquí en la tierra, voy a seguir haciendo todo el daño que yo pueda. Y divirtiéndome de ese daño.
The only small relief in this horrifying case is that the baby was okay. Turns out the couple had sold her for just 15,000 pesos, roughly $770. The people who bought her were arrested, and thankfully the baby was found safe. As for Juan and Patricia, they were sentenced to nearly 350 years in prison, where they still are today. A Royal Enfield Classic 350 suddenly caught fire in the middle of the road, forcing the rider to jump off and run for safety. The location hasn't been confirmed, but the video shows the motorcycle completely engulfed in flames. Bystanders rushed to help, trying to put out the fire with whatever they had nearby. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The cause is still unknown, but it's raised serious questions about motorcycle safety and proper maintenance. In May 2018, YouTuber Jax D and his friends were biking down a trail they'd never been on before. It eventually led them onto someone's property, though there were no signs or fences to indicate it was private. As they would try to leave, a woman suddenly appeared and started yelling at them.
I'm sorry, get off!
I'm sick and tired of you, bull!
This is the first time I'm here!
Bull! You guys are here all the time,
No, it's
scaring
not
my
just-
horse.
He grabbed Jack's backpack, which threw him off balance and caused him to crash into a fallen tree, breaking his brake. As he tried to recover, she kept shouting, claiming they'd been trespassing every weekend and scaring her horses. Jack later warned others to be cautious about which trails they follow. What started as a random ride turned into a tense, confusing encounter. In October 2024, a Google Street View car unintentionally helped solve a murder in the quiet Spanish town of Toeo. The camera captured a man loading a large white bag into his car, one that eerily resembled a body. Sadly, it was. Inside the bag were the remains of 32-year-old Jorge Luis Perez, a Cuban man who had vanished nearly a year earlier after sending a strange message to his family saying he was leaving town and ditching his phone. Police had no leads, no witnesses, no footage, nothing. That is, until one investigator stumbled across a Street View image. Another frame even showed the same man wheeling the bag down the street. It led them to a man named MYUU Isla Gallardo, a town hall worker with no criminal past. But with tapped phones and surveillance, investigators discovered the truth. Manuel had been in a relationship with Jorge's partner. Together, they had lured Jorge into a deadly trap. If not for the Street View car, visiting the town for the first time in 15 years, they might have gotten away with it. Instead, police arrested the couple on November 11 and later found Jorge's remains buried in a cemetery just 15 minutes away.
Stand up!
I have my shoes on.
Yes. Are you gonna listen?
Yes.
I don't want to yell at you. I want to be nice to you, but I'm not gonna chase you. Like, I'll tackle you before you have time to run. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to do all that. I want to help you and figure out why you ran away and all that, but
Can we talk about it at the police station?
we can talk about it in my car first.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need it? Is this any of your stuff? Okay. Let's go to my car.
Being placed with a foster parent can be life-changing, but not always for the better. In this body cam footage from Piedmont, Oklahoma, police come across a young runaway. She's clearly hesitant to go back, and her body language says it all. Something's not right. Once inside the squad car, the girl opens up. She says she's terrified to go back. According to her, the foster mom is abusive, locking her in a closet for days and even using a taser on her.
I'm just gonna go around this building. What's going on? Why'd you run away?
I don't want to be there.
Why not?
She's scared.
She's scary? Who?
The one who takes care of us.
What's her name?
Tina.
Is that your mom? Yeah. What's scary about her?
I'm scared to get in trouble because she goes to the extreme. She goes very far when she gets into trouble.
Like what? What happens when you get in trouble?
Sometimes she locks us in a closet.
Locked you in a closet? For how long?
The longest I've been here has been like 4 days.
4 days? When did that happen? Most recently?
It was last year. It was around Easter.
And what did you get in trouble for that made that happen?
I was making my sister's food. And so when she figured it out, she tased me and locked me in a closet for 4 days.
She tased you?
The officers then head to the home to question the foster mother and find out what's really going on. Police say they uncovered disturbing letters from other foster children. In them, kids describe being pepper sprayed, having scissors held to their throats, and going through other forms of abuse.
Have you ever locked your kids in the closet?
No.
Okay. Why would they tell me they've been locked in the closet?
All of my kids said that.
More than one.
No. I've never locked any of my kids in the closet.
Okay. I found this letter, and I'm sure you've read it. It was in your closet.
Oh, yes.
Tell me about these letters.
Sure, absolutely.
I mean, why is she saying all this horrible stuff is happening to her if...
She does that. It's how she vents.
Right. I mean, is it the truth?
I mean, those are old. I don't know. Like,
She's talking about being beat up. She's talking about having scissors to her throat, talking about pulling you off of her and you telling her you would have killed her.
That's when we had an altercation.
Right.
We had an altercation.
With scissors?
No, there was no scissors. She was coming at me.
Okay.
But we can't pull it off because she was holding my hair.
Okay.
Right? And, yeah, that did happen. That did happen, yes.
How do you discipline these kids? I mean, I know we talked about it earlier. Do you spank them?
No.
Do you hit them?
No.
Ever?
No. I've had altercations before.
Yeah.
There's been more than one. There's a time she ripped my necklace off of me, okay? And I held her. Tantrums, kick and punch.
Yeah.
I had to hold her down.
Okay.
Okay? Other than that, no.
Typically, what does dinner look like here?
I don't cook every single night, but dinner, the kids will do either, most of the time, the little ones like pizza, Hot Pockets, chicken nuggets, peanut butter and jelly.
The police weren't buying her excuses. They pointed out how malnourished the kids were and called her out on it.
I'm being honest, like,
I don't think you are.
I'm scared.
Well, probably because you've been abusing your kids.
No,
Look how skinny they are. You tell me you feed those kids.
I do.
Enough.
I wouldn't say enough. They like to eat noodles. What kid can get fat off of noodles?
My kids. I feed my kids noodles all the time. They're fatter than hell. At least not skin and bones like this.
They eat noodles and crackers with it.
And spaghetti and meatballs and Hot Pockets and pizza and hot dogs and all kinds of nutritious things. Those kids are malnutritioned, Tina.
Well, I give them canned vegetables. Does that count?
That's healthy,
Apples.
yeah. Here I am, and they don't have bedrooms and they had cereal for dinner.
Well, that's what they wanted. They got the choice, the option, and they had the choice of that. That's what they wanted. She loves my cooking. My kids love my cooking.
Dear God, I think she's going to kill me. I didn't do anything. You and I both know that. I have been talking to you, praying, and trying to be polite, helpful, and respectful. I've been shutting out all the bad thoughts, but it's no use. But I won't let their negativity and discouragement stop me. This is my year for as long as I'm alive. I'm going to change, but I won't let anyone stop me. I want to change, but if she kills me, I know that I was making changes to make me better. I'm going to be kind and respectful still. She held scissors to my throat. Scissors, underlined, to my throat. She left bruises on my neck, along with cuts from her nails. She cut the inside of my lip, and now one of my front teeth is moving slightly. My nose is clogged with blood, and my ear is bright red with plenty of scratches on it. And it hurts so bad. I can't lay on that side of my head. You know I could get her in trouble for that. And the fact that she said, I'm going to kill her with at least 2 people besides me that can verify that. Then she whispered to me, if Katrina didn't stop me, I would have choked you till you passed out. And I'm the sick, twisted one, but no, I'm going to stay here just to prove what I can change.
Yes.
Tina, combine that with the fact that these kids have run away 7 times from you?
Mm-hmm.
How is any reasonable person supposed to think you're not starving and abusing these kids? But because they're out of options, they don't know what else to do anymore. Like, they're expressing their feelings on paper because they've got no one to talk to, because they don't go to school and they don't go to counseling and they don't go to the doctor, and all they do is sit around here and get starved. And what am I supposed to tell anybody that asks me why you shouldn't go to prison? What do I tell somebody?
She stayed silent, but her husband eventually cracked and turned on her.
It's like, I can't catch a break. It's like everything's...
I didn't know about this stuff until Friday, whenever I got involved with it, Anthony. That's the first time I got involved. You know, maybe if you and I had spoke Thursday and you were saying this situation's terrible and we need help, maybe this would look different. But the police got involved and found the conditions the way they were, and it's not good, Anthony. It's something I think.
That's the thing. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what should I have done? What should I have done? Because at the same time, I did make sure. I told her, I was like, hey, like, I asked her.
You knew what you were getting yourself into, man. I mean, like, you should have taken him to the doctor. You should have taken him to somebody, a professional.
I'm not, they're adopted. I'm not on their papers like that.
I know that, but you got to know the family before you even got married.
Right.
You got to know the family and made sure that was something you wanted to be a part of.
Right.
So when you marry a woman with kids, those are your kids, your stepdad.
She always takes them to the hospital before the start of school.
That's for the babies, man, not the big ones. The big ones need to go to the doctor.
In the end, both were arrested and charged with child neglect and abuse. If you head to a certain spot in Barron, Wisconsin and Google Street View, you'll see police cars and caution tape surrounding a home. That's because on October 16, 2018, the Street View car unknowingly captured the aftermath of a horrific crime that happened just one day before. Around 12:50 a.m., 21-year-old Jake Patterson knocked on the Claus family's door pretending to be a police officer. When James Claus asked for a badge, Jake fired a shotgun through the door, killing him instantly. He then blasted the lock to break in. Inside, Denise Claus had already rushed to the bathroom with their 13-year-old daughter, Jamie, and made a desperate 911 call.
County 911, where is your husband? Somebody I just want from. Hello?
By the time the police got to the house, both James and Denise Claus were already gone, shot and killed by 21-year-old Jake Patterson. But the biggest concern wasn't the murders. It was the fact that 13-year-old Jamie Claus was missing. Turns out Jake had kidnapped her. Just minutes earlier, an officer speeding to the scene had unknowingly driven right past the car Jake was using to escape. Investigators would later discover that Jake had become obsessed with Jamie after spotting her getting off a school bus. He didn't just want to hurt her family, he planned to take her. He drove her 80 miles to a remote cabin and locked her inside. Despite nationwide coverage, FBI involvement, and a $25,000 reward, no one could track her down. Days turned into weeks, and hope began to fade until January 10, 2019, when police got a call they never expected.
Douglas County 911. Hi. I have a young lady at my house right now, and she says her name is Jamie Claus.
88 days after she vanished, Jamie Claus managed to escape. She broke free from Jake's cabin and ran through the snow until she found an elderly neighbor out for a walk.
How did she come up upon your cabin? I was walking my dog, and we were almost home, and she was walking towards me, crying, saying, "You gotta help me, you gotta help me."
Desperate and afraid, she told the woman who she was and begged for help, finally ending the nightmare that had lasted nearly 3 months. Jamie's escape wasn't just lucky, it was smart. She spent weeks watching Jake's every move, learning his routine and waiting for the right moment. When he finally left for long enough, she made her move and ran. Once safe, Jamie told officers everything she knew. That information led to Jake's arrest during a traffic stop. He later pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 2 life terms, plus 40 more years. No chance of getting out. This horrifying video will make you cringe. Keep watching to see why. This guy was using a metal grinder when things took a painful turn. The machine caught onto his pants, right in a very unfortunate spot. Thankfully, it didn't end worse, but let's just say worse doesn't even begin to cover what could have happened. I've been at this for 4 years now, and this is up there for one of the craziest things I've ever seen. William Banks, a Brooklyn native, thought it'd be smart to record himself and a few other inmates escaping from a jail in Connecticut. In the footage, you can see the group casually lifting the fence just enough to slide underneath it, like they were slipping out for lunch, not breaking out of lockup.
Out of jail. Come on. There we go. Hey, stop hitting me, stop hitting me. No, that wasn't me. Pull it out. Pull it out. Go ahead. Everybody. Go. Come on, show us where to go. Come on.
12 men escaped according to reports. Here's the kicker. William had just 5 months left on his sentence. What an idiot. Dashcam footage shows a driver cruising along before the unthinkable happens. Watch this. While driving his family home from church on Mother's Day, Mr. Tion turned onto a rural road when a few small rocks began to fall. Then out of nowhere, a massive boulder slammed into the passenger side windshield, shattering the glass. His wife screamed from the back seat, terrified, but thankfully no one was hurt. Although Mr. Tion takes that road often and knows it's prone to falling rocks, this was the first time one actually struck his car. Snow lovers know the thrill comes with risk, and for skier Chris Bilbao, that risk became terrifyingly real. In March 2011, while flying down a mountain in British Columbia, an avalanche hit. His chest-mounted camera shows the moment the snow beneath him cracked and pulled him under. For a few seconds, it's chaos, then silence, just white. You can hear Chris beneath the snow, trapped and muffled until the sound of frantic digging breaks through. Then finally, light. His friends reached him just in time with a shovel. He later said it felt like being swallowed by the ocean. 8 minutes buried. That's how long it took to get him out. This wasn't just luck. It's a reminder that if you chase adrenaline, you better be prepared. In late 2018, American beauty queen Priscilla Bruden vanished after moving to Australia with her daughter. She had stopped posting online and cut off all contact with friends and family. Months passed before anyone reported her missing. Police traced her last known location to the home of her boyfriend, Mark Wadine, who claimed they had broken up and that Priscilla fled to avoid immigration issues, but that story didn't add up. Investigators found her car abandoned just 11 miles from his house. With no other leads, police suspected foul play. They were right. Cadaver dogs led them to a shallow grave in Mark's front yard. By the time they dug it up, most of her body was gone. Turns out, Mark had secretly hired workers to remove the remains weeks earlier and haul them off in a trailer. What he didn't realize was that a Google Street View car had passed by his home back in August, capturing the burial spot in the very trailer he used to move the body. Neighbors also told police they'd seen him digging at odd hours. With all this stacked against him, Mark was arrested on June 13, 2019. He's now under house arrest and awaiting sentencing. Old building structure should always be taken seriously, something this guy didn't get. You'll find out quickly why you should always watch your step.
哎呀，先生，快点，抱着过来，抱着上来。哎呦，我的天！ 它不好爬的，脚蹬不到。哎，先下。哎呀，这好怕受伤了。
That bridge was a disaster waiting to happen. It looked unstable before he even stepped on it, so trying to cross was a bad call. Once it gave out and fell into the water, things didn't get any better. You can see him struggling to climb out, turning a risky move into a full-blown ordeal. Back in February 2011, a Google Street View car in Sao Paulo, Brazil, may have unintentionally caught something disturbing. The images show a large man approaching a woman who appears to be trying to get away with an open trunk car parked nearby. In the following frames, he seems to restrain her while another man sits oddly in the trunk. In one of the shots, the woman appears to bite the man's hand, possibly trying to escape. But the last image is the most unsettling. The car is now driving off and both the woman and the man are gone. Despite how alarming the scene looks, there's been no official follow-up, no missing person reports, police statements, or news coverage. Some speculate it could have been a harmless interaction, possibly even a joke between people who knew each other. The man's casual grin and the woman still holding a cigarette could support that idea, but just as easily, it could be something much darker, something that went unreported or was swept under the rug. Making things more suspicious, Google later removed the most troubling frame from Street View, and now, more than a decade later, the truth behind these images may never be known. In this Snapchat video in Saudi Arabia, people are seen drifting, but as you'll soon find out, that's not all. Take a look. Drifting looks cool until it doesn't. This car lost control mid-drift and plowed straight into a group of people. The video pauses before the worst part, but it's clear the impact was hard. Luckily, everyone hit survived, but it's a reminder that these stunts carry real risk when things go sideways. A video shows a man hiking along a narrow, exposed rock ledge. He's filming himself with a selfie stick, balancing carefully with each step. The drop beside him is steep, and one wrong move could be deadly. It's a tense moment caught on camera with no room for error. Watch this.
Oh. يا مرحب. لازق على الجبل. Safety hour na today. Oh my god. شوفوا كيف. اوه ورا هو شوفوا الجبال كيف. هاي جبل جيسا شوفوا كيف. شوفوا الجبل جيسا. شوفوا اخواني قسما بالله روع المكان. شوفوا كيف. يا ربي.
There's hardly room for both feet on the trail. To his left, a deadly drop into a canyon that goes down for hundreds of feet. No ropes, no railings, no backup. Just a guy with a selfie stick inching his way across a narrow rock ledge. One wrong move and it's over. You can see him focus with every step, completely locked in. It's the kind of thing people do for the perfect shot, but the risk, unreal. Only in Australia, a thief is seen listening to music and putting on his best Michael Jackson dance impression with these smooth moves before breaking and entering into a school in Victoria where he would steal $5,000 worth of laptops. Police released this footage in hopes of catching the thief. At the time of this video, he hasn't been caught. Not everyone gets to live in comfort, but no one should have to call this place home. To get to where he lives, this man has to enter a rundown building through a noisy, worn-out door. From there, he walks through dark, narrow hallways and pushes past several more doors, each one leading deeper into a place no one should have to live.
Oh shit.
He climbs a dusty staircase and suddenly picks up speed, clearly on edge. This place looks more like something out of a nightmare than an apartment building. The dim lighting, creaking floors, and maze of corridors give off a vibe that's less home sweet home and more don't stop moving. After winding his way through eerie, dimly lit hallways and creaky stairwells, he finally reaches the place he calls home, a tiny, cramped room with just a bed and a small TV. It's the kind of space that feels more like a storage closet than somewhere to rest your head. Two fishermen found themselves in a terrifying spot, stranded on a small rocky patch with rushing water on all sides. A flash flood had caught them completely off guard, rising quickly and cutting off any safe escape. Observe this scary situation.
Ali, olha. Ele, o Gessé, Kaique e Cadê, três pescadores corajosos. Aí, uma d'água, ó. Aí, eles descem ali naquela corda ali, ó. Aí dali eles vêm caminhando aqui por cima. Aí desce ali e fica pescando aqui, ó. Tem coragem ou não? Quer de vocês que tem coragem de pescar num lugar desse aqui? Ó a correnteza, ó. A força dessa correnteza aqui, ó. E é porque ainda tá baixo o rio ainda, viu? Olha aí que imagem linda, rapaz.
The river had seemed calm at first, but in seconds, it turned into a roaring current. Two fishermen were left stranded on a narrow rock ledge as the water surged violently on both sides. Luckily, the rock sat just far enough from the strongest part of the flood, giving them a temporary safe spot. But with the river rising and no way out, they had no choice but to wait for help. It's a harsh reminder. When nature shifts, it doesn't give warnings. Even a peaceful day by the river can flip into a life-threatening situation in an instant. All over the world, companies are racing to build the most realistic robots, but not all of them are working out. In this clip, one called Dong Z272 doesn't just glitch, it gets aggressive. While surrounded by onlookers, the robot lashes out, catching everyone off guard. Judging by the footage, if a robot uprising ever kicks off, it might just start in Asia. This next video might not be the best to watch if you're eating. Safe to say they won't be returning to this rat hole again. If you haven't been keeping up, 2025 has been rough for air travel, and this clip makes that crystal clear. As Delta Flight 4819 tried landing at Toronto Pearson, things went sideways, literally. The plane flipped on the runway. Miraculously, no one died, but it's a reminder how fast things can go wrong.
Oh no, 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 no. Oh, that's... Tower, you're seeing this airplane just crashing into free. Oh my god. Oh my god.
The moment the plane touches down, things go south fast. It slams into the runway harder than it should, and within seconds, sparks and flames shoot from the back. One wing lifts off the ground while the other vanishes from sight as the aircraft flips. Miraculously, while 18 people were hurt, the rest made it out safely. Crazy, huh? In this video, a man in a full Spider-Man suit dives into a pool at a family gathering, and what happens next is insane. Keep watching. Right after surfacing, you can tell something's wrong. The man is fighting to create an air pocket between his face and a mask that's suctioned right over his nose and mouth. Some kids nearby, not realizing what's happening, keep splashing water his way, making things worse. He swims to the pool's edge, clearly gasping for air. A couple of adults rush over and pull him out, quickly tearing the mask off. Wearing a full body costume like that in water can be seriously dangerous. The fabric sticks to the face, trapping water and blocking airflow. It's like accidental waterboarding. No air in, water forced into your nose and mouth. Even experienced swimmers can panic fast in a situation like that. Some people seem determined to gamble with their lives. This thrill seeker set out to scale a steep rock wall without the right safety gear, and it nearly cost him everything. He loses his footing and slips, almost plummeting into the valley below. Luckily, the rope holds strong and he walks away with nothing more than a scare. In September 2018, a trio of thieves tried to rob a cannabis shop at Ontario's recreational cannabis farmers market. Security footage shows them bursting through the entrance, with one immediately blasting bear spray at the workers. As chaos breaks out, the male cashier ducks for cover, then quickly grabs the nearest object to defend himself, a glass bong. Fueled by adrenaline, the cashier fights off the intruders and drives them out of the store, protecting his co-workers, the inventory, and even the small dog sitting behind the counter.
I wasn't snitching. Dude, I wasn't snitching.
Shocking footage shows a man riding the DC Metro getting attacked by a group of guys. They accused him of snitching, then decided to rob him right there on the train. They took his belongings while recording the whole thing. The irony? They committed a crime to punish someone they thought reported them for a crime. Just goes to show even minding your own business isn't enough. Kachin State, located in northern Myanmar, has been hit hard by heavy rainfall. With the intense flooding in these mountainous regions, landslides were bound to happen, and this one was massive. There's still no confirmed word on casualties. News from Myanmar tends to move slowly, especially from remote areas. A garbage collector in Ohio was doing his usual rounds when a bag in the truck suddenly exploded, just inches from his face. The explosion was caused by someone tossing an oxygen tank into the trash. That might not sound like a big deal until you see what happens next. As the garbage collector picks up the bin, the tank suddenly ignites, blasting flames just inches from his face. Oxygen tanks are considered hazardous waste. Throwing them away like regular trash is not only illegal, it's incredibly dangerous. Luckily, the worker escaped without serious injuries. This moment caught on video is a stark reminder to think twice about what we throw away. A massive glacier gave way on a Swiss mountain, crashing down the slope and swallowing the village of Blatten below. A peaceful Swiss village turns to chaos in seconds. A massive glacier gives way, crashing down the mountainside and swallowing the town of Blatten below. Houses, roads, everything vanishes under a crushing mix of ice, rock, and debris. What used to be a quiet alpine community is now a frozen wasteland. The scale of destruction is overwhelming, and the footage is a chilling reminder nature doesn't ask for permission, it just takes. You don't see this every day, an excavator gone rogue, spinning wildly on its own. With a massive machine out of control, there's not much anyone can do, but instead of backing off, the lone operator walks right up to the chaos, trying to shut it down before things get worse. With perfect timing, the operator sprints for the cab, barely dodging what could have been 2 deadly hits. He finally got the excavator to stop and deserves a big round of applause in my book. Here's what happens when trying to climb down a defective ladder. In the middle of a street, a bright pink cherry picker sits parked with its basket lifted into the air. One worker stands still on a raised platform, but another, dressed in an orange high-vis jacket, tries to climb down. Instead of lowering the basket safely, he uses an aluminum ladder that's been propped against a nearby garden wall and leaned onto the crane. As he fumbles for footing, the setup looks anything but stable. This clip shows a rescue operation being carried out by the Portuguese Navy. It's not exactly clear what triggered the mission, but based on the conditions, it looks like a smaller boat got caught in some seriously rough seas. Whatever the case, this wasn't a routine call. Things took a terrifying turn during this rescue attempt off the coast of Portugal. As a smaller boat tried to dock, it capsized, flipping and throwing the crew straight into the ocean. It's the exact kind of scenario rescue teams trained to avoid, but luckily that training paid off. Everyone had a plan, and because of that, the entire crew was pulled from the rough water safely with no injuries. A man in Brazil was sitting on a small stool just trying to stay out of the sun when a car suddenly came flying straight at him. With barely a moment to think, he jumped up and sprinted out of the way. Less than a second later, the car slammed into the wall where he'd just been. People online said the crash might have been caused by a bumpy road, but others believe a group of reckless teens simply lost control. A security camera inside an elevator in Krasnoyarsk, Russia, shows a woman standing quietly waiting for her stop. Everything seems normal until the elevator begins to slow down, approaching one of the floors. As the elevator doors opened, a man suddenly barged in holding a stool. There is no audio in the footage, but reports later confirmed he was yelling, possibly having some kind of outburst. At first, it looked like a mental health episode, but investigators later revealed it was something else entirely. He was under the influence of banned substances. Security footage captured the terrifying moment a man and woman inside a store bolted out just seconds before a truck came crashing in. A young girl and her mother also managed to get away unharmed. The crash, which took place in the heart of Governor Edison Lobau, left a trail of destruction, wrecking everything from fridges and fans to microwaves and other appliances. Thankfully, no one is hurt. The cause of the accident is still a mystery, especially how the truck's cement-loaded container detached from the front of the vehicle. On the afternoon of May 25, 2025, a Phoenix police officer pulled over a car near 25th Street and Cactus Road. The driver was already outside his vehicle and immediately started yelling. When the officer asked for his license and explained why he was stopped, the man got even more aggressive and demanded a supervisor.
40. You were traveling 30. You need to be at 40.
That lady right there was just going so slow, you had to go around her to get to me, dude. You ain't gonna
Yeah,
fuck
and you
shit.
go around her and then you stop again? What is your problem with
No,
me? You
I did not
obviously want
stop
my
again.
attention.
I did not stop
What do
again.
you need?
I did not
What
stop.
do you need?
Why are you following me, motherfucker?
I am following you.
Yeah, you fucking are!
Give me your driver's license.
F you!
Give me your driver's license.
you!
Give me your driver's license. Do you have a
What
weapons?
did you pull me over for? What is
For
the
driving
reason?
under the
No,
speed
you
limit.
fucking did.
Yes, I did.
No, you
Yes,
fucking
I
did.
did. Yes,
No,
I
you
did.
fucking did.
I already told you.
Motherfucker, this is
told you.
illegal.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
No,
You
it
ain't
is not.
giving you
Give me
shit.
your driver's
Get your
license.
fucking superior here right now.
Sir, there is no need to yell. I need your driver's license.
No, go get a superior.
He's
you
on
just
his
fucking
He's on
tracked
his
me
way.
down.
He's on
stalked
his way.
me, sat back
He is
there.
on his way.
Did you not just sit back
He is
there?
on his way.
Did you not
Sir.
just fucking sit back there?
Sir.
I don't give a fuck what Ashley
I was
has you
doing
doing.
a record check on your plate.
Your
So
mother,
relax.
asshole.
I need to see your driver's license,
you.
please.
You.
This
you.
is a traffic
You.
stop.
Get your motherfucking superior. I know
He's
the
on his
fucking
way.
law.
You want him to magically pop up? He is on his way.
Your
I
fuck-
called for
will get the
him.
fucking
He's on
license
his
when
way.
he
I need your
gets here.
driver's. Sir, I need your driver's.
Your mother. Go get your goddamn superior.
He's on his way.
Fuck
Let
your
me
mother,
explain this to
bitch.
you.
Get out of my
Can I
face.
have your driver's license?
Fuck your mother, bitch. Get
You
out
have
of my
insurance,
face.
registration, and your
Fuck
driver's
you.
license, please.
Shut up. There it is. There's my fucking no.
That's it.
Fuck you. I ain't
I don't know
handing you
who you-
shit.
The officer called for backup as the man's behavior became more hostile. Things escalated fast. The man suddenly swung at the officer and tried to grab his gun. A violent struggle broke out. Someone across the street got it all on camera, including a bystander rushing in to help pull the man off the officer.
You back the fuck up. You back the fuck up. Your fucking hand off me.
You cannot touch me. Stop.
You should not touch me.
I told you to back up. Dude, please,
Again?
Please stop.
Again?
Please stop walking up on me.
I'm in my goddamn car.
Back up.
Nice. All right, come on, bitch.
Step it up. We're fighting.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Come on with it. 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 Come on.
Sir, back up.
The suspect was eventually shot during the fight. Officers gave him medical aid on the spot and applied a tourniquet. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and later booked into jail. The officer also suffered multiple injuries but was treated and released. Dashcam footage shows a terrifying close call. Observe.
回转，请放慢速度，限速50公里。
The woman is stunned as it all happened so fast and was so close to something terrible happening. Luckily, she wasn't hurt. Check out this frightening footage of a woman who fell in an open manhole. A woman named Sema Debbie was caught on CCTV walking and talking on her phone when she suddenly fell into an open manhole. The incident happened on April 21st. Thankfully, nearby people rushed over and helped lift her out. She only had minor injuries. This clip from Russia shows a woman stumbling upon something odd. Her curiosity kicks in, so she pulls out her phone and starts recording as she moves in for a closer look.
Нет, а чё правда с косулей? Косуля! Косуля! Она напилась пива и спит? Она живая! Но почему-то не может встать. Может быть, она больная. Все, дальше легла. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой.
Initially, the woman thought something was wrong with a deer lying motionless in the grass. Maybe it was injured or unwell, but as she got closer, it became clear the deer was just peacefully napping, not in distress at all. 5 men were just hanging around before this terrifying incident occurred. A group of men was gathered outside a tire shop on April 7 when the ground suddenly gave out beneath them. One of them was crouched down, working on a motorcycle when the concrete slab collapsed, sending everyone and the bike crashing into a hole. A passerby witnessed the scene and rushed to help. The shop owner, Sharvan Shari, said he was in the middle of a repair when it happened. Thankfully, no one was hurt. "We made it out, just shaken," he said. In Canada, a black bear decided to investigate a hunter's tree stand. Whether it was curiosity or hunger, the bear didn't hesitate to climb up toward the hunter, bringing the moment dangerously close to a face-to-face encounter. The The bear seems to reconsider its approach at the last second, pivoting away from the hunter and toward his friend instead. Black bears are excellent climbers and can scale a tree in seconds.
That's enough. Get him, get him. Get out of here. That's high enough.
Thankfully, the hunter doesn't freeze. He immediately stands his ground and asserts dominance, managing to scare the bear off before anyone gets hurt. The man driving in this footage was reportedly mentally exhausted when driving his wife. Here's what happened. A driver entered a parking tower too fast and didn't activate the mechanical system in time. Instead of stopping, the car crashed through a metal gate, flipped upside down, and fell onto the elevator platform below. Mr. Lee and his wife were trapped inside, hurt and unable to get out. Neighbors heard the crash and called emergency services. A dramatic video captures a car engulfed in flames outside a North London home, reportedly belonging to Sir Keir Starmer. The blaze erupted in Kentish Town just days before a separate arson attempt at the same property. A 21-year-old man has since been arrested in connection with both that incident and another fire in nearby Islington. In the video, thick flames shoot out from the burning car as firefighters work quickly to bring it under control. What's left of the vehicle is nothing but a scorched frame. Now, counter-terrorism police are digging deeper, trying to find out if the car is connected to the suspected arson attacks. In Yunnan, China, a toddler narrowly escaped serious injury after a lightning rod plunged through the roof of a parked car where the child was sitting. The massive rod landed just inches from the toddler in the back seat, yet somehow no one inside was harmed. Surveillance footage shows the rod piercing the vehicle, possibly torn loose from a nearby tall building during high winds. Onlookers rushed over in a panic, but luckily everyone inside was safe. Authorities are still investigating the incident. This is a short but bizarre video I just had to share. Robotics have come a long way. Someone on Reddit even commented it's all fun and games till they start wearing human heads. What do you make of this? On February 11th, a family was walking home from kindergarten in Rezekne when snow suddenly came crashing down from the roof of a two-story building. It hit them without warning. The mother quickly shielded her daughter, taking the brunt of the fall and ending up with a bruised neck. A nearby security camera caught the whole thing. After the snow buried them, a man across the street who had been clearing snow saw what happened and ran over to help. In August 2023, China was hit by a devastating flood that destroyed entire villages and flooded multiple cities. People were trapped in their homes or stuck out on the streets waiting for help. In one video, a family of 3 found themselves stranded on the roof of their house, with the floodwaters so powerful that staying on the ground would have been too dangerous. But then a man with a tractor loader showed up to try and save them. The flood was so intense that even the tractor struggled to push through the waters, giving you a sense of just how powerful it was. While professional rescuers were already on site, this man took matters into his own hands and came up with a brilliant way to rescue the family. the footage, you can see the tractor carefully scooping the family up with its shovel, using its strength to carry them safely across the bridge. Thanks to his quick thinking and determination, the family was saved by this true hero. Two workers were leaning into a punching press when, out of nowhere, it suddenly kicked on and cycled, just inches from where they were standing. That could end really badly. Presses should never run when someone's in the danger zone. Always make sure to follow lockout procedures, use two-hand controls, and keep all safety systems on and working. On April 24, 2023, officers were called out to a high school after a teenager reportedly pushed his teacher when she took his phone away during a test. What happened next was all caught on body cam footage. When the officer showed up, he met the teacher in her office. She looked pretty rattled, holding her chest and fanning herself while the officer asked her to sit down. She explained everything. The student had come to class late without a pass, and since they were taking a test, she had been collecting phones. When she walked over to hand him his test paper, she noticed he was distracted by his phone, so she took it, just like she had with another student's phone earlier. She told them they could get their phones back after class. As she bent down to unlock her desk drawer with her lanyard key, the student pushed her. She tried to block him, but he grabbed the drawer, yanked his phone out, and told her he didn't have time for games. Then he grabbed his backpack and stormed out. The officer kept asking questions to get all the details. He offered medical help, but the teacher said she was okay. Just showed a bruise on her arm where the student had kicked her. She made it clear she wanted to press charges. So the officer got her information down and explained what would happen next.
He pushed me and he hit me on my how do you say, forearm.
Okay. Pushed you right there. Did you fall over?
No, because I grabbed myself from the lift.
Are there marks on your arms?
No, nobody hurts here on the...
It hurts on your forearm. Do you want medical attention?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take photos real quick of your arm, okay? Overall, and then a photo of your arm when he pushed you, okay? So just have you stand up against the wall right here.
Sitting down, trying to find a key, and then trying to do, and then he just come and push me. So I grabbed myself and I tried to stop him, and he hit me. And he...
Where did he hit you at?
Here.
Or that was the push, or did he punch you?
I don't know.
So that's why I'm confused, because...
It's because I don't remember. I was like sitting down and he just come and pushed me, but at the moment I didn't feel anything. I started feeling pain after he left when I started like realizing what was happening.
They tried to find the student, give her a case number, and talk to her assistant who witnessed it all. Since the young one was a juvenile, the officer said they'd either detain him if the juvenile probation office approved it, or if not, just charge him and release him to his parents.
And because he's a juvenile, I'm gonna ask for detention. Doesn't mean he'll go to jail. It varies. It kind of an up and down thing, but JPO is the one that makes the decision. So I'll call the juvenile probation office, and if they authorize detention, then he'll go to jail today. If they don't, then I'll call his parents. I'll charge him. He's gonna get charged for it, but we release him to their parents when they're juveniles, if they don't authorize detention.
The officer then spoke with the assistant, who backed up everything the teacher said.
Hey, so something happened in class today, in Miss Stern's class?
Yeah.
Were you in there?
Uh-huh.
What happened?
So like, do I just like the whole... Okay.
The whole thing.
Okay, so, they were taking a test, and I'm the teacher's aide. And Stern just told me to like watch the kids, make sure they're not cheating. And so, I think his name is Freddie. He walked in late, and she took away her phone from like the girl in front of the class. And because they were already like testing, she took away her phone, and then Freddie walked in, and then he sat down and he got his test. And then he started using his phone, and Mr. Stern saw it, took it away, took his test away as well. And then she told him like they could get it like at the end of the day during the second period. And they like kind of freaked out about it, and so Freddie, he got up and like she was gonna put her in her drawer and like lock it, and like he put his hand there and like pushed her out of the way.
When you say pushed her, what do you do? Like, did you?
Oh, he was like blocking the way, so
You couldn't actually see him.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like he I saw he put his hand like on the drawer before she closed it, and like he like pushed something. Like, I think he pushed her or like the drawer open. He got his phone and like pushed her out and then like left.
Okay.
After that, she went back to class. Later, they moved the whole thing to the principal's office. The officer read the student his Miranda rights and stepped out so the principal could talk to him. When the officer came back in, the student's brother was also there.
Oh, can't complain, man. Busy.
So guys, here's what's going on from my part. So buddy, just to catch you up real quick. This is what happened this morning. We got a report, and we're not gonna be rude, but we'll interrupt each other so that brother gets the whole story, okay? If I say something, we can make corrections.
The principal explained that after talking to a few other students, he heard a different side of the story. Supposedly, the teacher had told the student earlier she'd lock him up if he didn't hand over his phone, which upset him. The student claimed he never pushed the teacher, saying she just got hit by accident when he reached for his phone. The principal tried to tell him, even if he didn't mean to, he still should have handled it differently, like reporting it to an adult.
That's when he said, no way, he didn't keep you my phone till after 7. Went up there, she was trying to put it in the top drawer of her desk and lock it. She had the keys were on the lanyard, you know what that is, right? And she's like this, he wanted his phone, so he went in there, grabbed the phone, and left class, okay? So I had 2 different stories, okay, no? So what we did at that time is we interviewed. Mr. Brilliant spoke to, there was 24 kids in the class. Mr. Brilliant spoke to 5 of them. I spoke to 6 and we stopped because all the stories were all not exactly the same. Here's what the class tells me happened, really close. They said you were late to class, right? No? Went in, sat down, sits there. They were taking a test. They issued you a test, right? Yeah. You still had your phone out at the time. I don't know if the timing or whatever, but he still had the phone. Teacher come and get the phone. He gives the phone, just like he said. She's walking up to the front of the class. Says, you guys could come get it 7th period, I'll lock them up. He got upset. Said no. On the way up there, he said, nah, nigga.
Hey, I did not say that.
That's what
I did not say that.
Just telling you what the class said, man.
I didn't talk to them.
Didn't call the teacher that.
No, I
but
didn't.
you had made the comment. You walk up, and that when the teacher was there, he didn't push her, didn't do none of that. But when they were there, he to get in there, they ended up bumping with shoulders.
On my side.
Yeah. So, I'm telling you that I don't. Please know it's not Mr. Carrillo saying you lying or the teacher. I didn't know. That's what the kids are saying.
The principal said the student was getting suspended for 3 days for inappropriate physical contact and bad language. Then the officer stepped in, explained the legal side, and told the student and his brother what would happen next. He warned the young one not to let anything like this happen again. In the end, the student was officially charged with assault and battery on school personnel. In February 2025, the Cabagan-Santa Maria Bridge in the Philippines was reopened after some costly repairs. Unfortunately, those repairs didn't hold up as expected. On February 27th, part of the bridge collapsed when a dump truck full of boulders drove over it. Dashcam footage caught the whole thing, and the collapse left 6 people injured, including a child who's still in critical condition. An investigation is underway, and the country's president has promised that anyone found responsible for the negligence will face consequences. The account that posted this has since vanished without a trace, but before it disappeared, a student managed to capture audio of his teacher having a total meltdown. The way she was freaking out sounded almost exactly like Benson from Regular Show when he's yelling at Mordecai and Rigby. You know, the times he just can't take it anymore with the young ones goofing around and throwing around the word Rizzler.
I'm sorry?
With the skibbity and the Fortnite, I don't want to hear that first thing in the morning. Your classmates don't want to hear that first thing in the morning. I wake up at 5:30 every morning to teach you.
I'm sorry.
To help you have a future. And you come in here and you're spilling all this bullshit. I'm sorry that I can't make algebra interesting enough for you to pay attention for 5 seconds without spurting out whatever your generate TikTok bullshit terms raise. I don't care. I hear it enough at home. Hawk Tua, what does this mean? What does this mean? I'm asking you really.
I don't know.
I walk in here and I see this sitting on my desk. What does it mean? I thought I made myself very clear yesterday.
I know.
Is this what you want from your education? Is this what it means to you? This is not how we treated our teachers. We are here for you. This is not a circus.
If you've ever wondered what it's like to be right in the eye of a storm, this next clip will give you a pretty good idea. The incredible footage was filmed by meteorologist Brandon Ivey, who drove the tornado intercept vehicle, the TIV-2, straight into a massive wedge tornado over northern Kansas on May 27, 2013. Honestly, he's braver than most of us. I think we'll just stick to watching disaster movies from the safety of our couches. CCTV footage caught a man climbing over barriers and walking across 2 railway tracks just seconds after a train passed. A spokesperson for Network Rail called the behavior incredibly dangerous and deeply concerning. In a chilling video posted to TikTok by Dark Moose Man, a night shift security guard at a school caught something seriously creepy on camera. The footage, supposedly pulled from the school's security system, shows a tall, thin woman with freakishly long arms just standing there, completely still at the front entrance. According to the uploader, the school's gates were locked at the time. It somehow got inside. The poor guard working alone overnight was understandably rattled. Some viewers pointed out that the figure's long limbs and stiff posture didn't look human at all, with theories flying everywhere, from a ghost or some kind of paranormal thing to just a really messed up trespasser. A few even tossed out the idea of it being a crawler, one of those creepy legends about humanoid creatures with stretched out limbs and unnatural movements. Sadly, there hasn't been much follow-up info since, so no one really knows what they saw. Was it a break-in, a ghost sighting, or something way darker? That's for you to decide. This home video appears to be from the 1990s. It shows a child sitting in a high chair happily learning the names of different body parts. Just a typical innocent moment, but then something strange happens. The child suddenly turns his head, tracking something unseen with a dramatic motion.
Where is the ghost?
Then, in a low voice, he mumbles something that sounds eerily like "there's the ghost." It's not entirely clear what he says, but the tone suggests familiarity, like he's seen it before and expected it to show up again. After a pause, he says something else that's even more unsettling.
Yeah.
It might be a question, possibly asking if his dad got the ghost or something along those lines. It's hard to tell exactly what he's saying, but it definitely doesn't feel random. For a moment, everything seems to return to normal, but then his expression shifts again. He looks around puzzled and says something completely unintelligible. Even if we knew who this child was, chances are he wouldn't remember the moment at all. All we're left with is this odd, possibly paranormal clip and a lot of unanswered questions.
It's this woman over here on the corner. We're just worried about the child. Okay. I don't know if her mom is up or what. We did not serve her a single, but she just showed up about 30 minutes ago, and the poor kid was walking around with no underwear, no shoes, crying, wanting to go home. I had customers come up to tell me that the mom was running into them, falling over.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
On August 22nd, 2021, police were called to a bar after reports of an intoxicated woman with her 4-year-old daughter. Staff and witnesses said the little girl was barefoot and even lifting her skirt in front of customers. The body cam footage captures the shocking moments that followed. Watch as his careless mom brings her young daughter to a bar and almost drops her right in front of the officer.
What's her name?
Madeline.
M-A...
D-E-L-I-N-E.
You're 4? 4? Is there any reason you have a 4-year-old at a bar?
No.
There is no reason?
No.
Okay. Can we go outside and talk, please?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Come on, Miss Madeline. No, bring her. Bring her.
Come on.
Bring her. So is this your daughter?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't see any issue with bringing a 4-year-old to a bar?
I
You understand I'll call DCF on you and they'll come and do a whole investigation? That's a problem.
Yes.
Okay? All right, so we've gotten multiple calls about this situation saying that your daughter's lifting her dress and she's not wearing any undergarments and it's an issue inside. I don't know. Hold on. Charlie 6, we're outside now. We're out by the outside bar. I'm getting, like, they're saying that they think you're under the influence. You have a 4-year-old at a bar. That's no issue in your mind?
I mean, I did not think it would.
It's not like you're sitting at a dining table. You're literally sitting at a bar with a 4-year-old.
Agreed.
Okay? I have a 2-year-old and there's no way in the heck I would ever do that. Ever.
Understood.
Are you okay? Yeah, you just want to go home? Okay. You're kind of like putting me in a real tough spot here. Will you just hang out with my partner here?
Understood.
Yeah. Is there a chair or something? Maybe on the stairs, if she can sit down on the stairs?
No, I'm fine.
We just don't want you to fall with your daughter in your hands.
Intoxication? It's not illegal to be intoxicated.
What?
It's not illegal to be intoxicated. No.
Goodness. Arrested for that.
Want to come over here real quick? Want to come with me?
No.
All right, here we go. Okay. Come here, ma'am. Ma'am. Don't make this more complicated than it is.
Please stop. Miss, please stop. Please stop.
It's okay. You're gonna come with me, okay? We're gonna talk over here. Let's talk over here. Okay?
You're being placed under arrest for child neglect. You understand? Do you have anyone that can come pick up Madeline?
Yes.
Okay. She's gonna search you, and then we'll take you out of handcuffs as long as you cooperate and everything. Okay? You can make phone calls to have Madeline get picked up. Okay?
Uh-huh.
All right.
In the end, the mom was charged with child neglect. In the small town of Magnolia, New Jersey, people were buzzing about a huge boom heard early Thursday morning. Around 2:30 a.m. Wednesday, the noise woke up a lot of residents. When Sebastian Leonardo showed up at his auto body shop on Atlantic Avenue later that day,
that's when I looked up and I saw the giant hole up there in the ceiling.
He was shocked to find a massive hole in the ceiling. His employees climbed up to check out the damage, and that's when they saw where something had hit, a big dent in a thick steel box. That's when Sebastian checked the security cameras and realized what had actually happened. There was a flash outside and then the impact inside here, he said.
Sizable dent in a thick steel gauge box. Yeah, and so that's when I went to my cameras and I found all the videos and realized what had actually happened. You know, it's like the giant flash outside and then the impact in here. See like a giant fireball come through the ceiling and then everything come flying down the roof with it.
Several doorbell cameras at homes around town captured video of the incident.
Flash, there's a boom, there's a hole, and you know, that's 3 out of 4 things. If we had one more thing like an item that we could identify as being extraterrestrial, then we might say it's something from space.
It was really, really loud. Sky, the big bright light, and then the big bang. It was big.
It's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing, I imagine.
On Tuesday, April 8, in the Eagle Rock neighborhood of Los Angeles, an intense situation unfolded involving the wife of Weezer bassist Scott Schreiner. Jillian Schreiner, 51, was shot and later arrested for attempted murder. The incident began when police were searching for suspects in the area. They spotted a woman later identified as Jillian standing outside her home with a weapon. According to police, they shouted at her to drop the weapon multiple times, but she wouldn't comply. Instead, Jillian aimed the weapon at the officers, prompting them to open fire. In a Philadelphia suburb, a driver had a close call when a tree suddenly fell on top of her SUV during a traffic stop. The whole frightening moment was caught on a gas station security camera nearby. Fortunately, the driver was able to get out of the car with hardly any injuries. This woman gets pulled over by an officer because she's cruising at 25 miles per hour in a 50 zone, and to make it worse, the car is swerving like it's got a mind of its own. Officer pulls her over to see what's up. He walks up, starts the usual talk, and she straight up tells him she just had a fight with her husband, that she drank a little. That's basically a confession with bonus points.
Hi, how's it going today?
Sorry, I'm fighting with my husband.
What's that?
Sorry, I'm fighting with my husband.
Okay. Do you know why I stopped you?
No.
Okay. Well, I stopped you because you were doing 25 miles an hour and you still having a difficult time staying on the road. And the speed was 50 and you had cars backed up behind you. So what's going on?
I was fighting with my husband.
Okay. Have you been drinking today?
A little bit.
Okay. Do you have your registration insurance?
Yeah, I'm registration.
Are you in park?
Yeah. Sorry, I've had a really bad day.
Had a really bad day? What's going on besides fighting with your husband? Has it been a physical fight or?
Oh gosh, no.
So how much would you say you had to drink today? A couple of mics? Like hard lemonade type? Okay. And how many would you say? A couple? Two? Okay. All right.
So the cop, being chill, asks if she's down to do a field sobriety test, but she flat out refuses.
Well, Steve, do you have any issues that would keep you from doing standardized field sobriety test with me?
I'm not going to.
You're not going to? Okay. Would you be willing to do a portable breath test? Okay. All right, I'll be right with you.
No biggie. Dude walks back, then returns and politely tells her she's under arrest for DUI. Just asks her to step out of the car. And what does she do? Rolls up the window in his face. Classic Karen behavior.
When traffic gets clear, I'd like for you to step out of the vehicle, please.
Why?
Because you're going to be under arrest for DUI. So let's step out of the vehicle and come back to the vehicle, please.
I'm asking you.
I'm telling you.
I'm asking you.
You're driving, leading me to believe that you're under the influence of alcohol, above the legal limit, so I'd like you to step from the vehicle because you're under arrest for DUI. I'm going to give you the opportunity to do this the right way, or you can choose to do it the harder way. But you're under arrest. You're going to step out of the vehicle because you're under arrest for DUI. Again, step out of the vehicle.
No, I'm not. You don't touch my car.
Okay.
You do not touch my car.
Oh, when I come, go ahead and send me a second unit.
Go
Subject
ahead.
to refusing arrest.
Go ahead.
I'm touching your car right now. You're under arrest. Okay.
I don't trust you.
Yeah, that's fine. I have another unit coming. Do not drive away. If you blow up the window and you refuse me access, I will access the vehicle.
Here?
I don't understand why you're being so difficult about this.
Because I want to know the proof.
And I'm telling you what the proof is.
I didn't blow. I didn't test.
You're under arrest. I'm telling you. Okay. You're also going to be arrested for failure to cooperate. Okay. Don't drive away. Call when I come. Subject fleeing.
And somehow, this cop is still calm, saint-level patience, but she takes full advantage of it, starts driving away like this is a video game. She's not just a Karen, she's the final boss of Karens. So now it's game on. The officer has to chase her down, and when he finally gets her stopped again, she's still refusing to get out of the car.
I want to go to the yard.
No.
I'm suicidal.
You're under arrest.
I'm.
Okay. Well, we'll get you.
I'm
come out of the
gonna
vehicle.
myself.
Okay, come out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle.
But All I asked you, and I would have stepped out of the vehicle.
Well, you should have just followed the directions.
No,
Step out of the vehicle now.
Can I ask you a question?
No, we're done. We're done talking now. Come on.
Don't touch me.
Okay.
Okay. Really?
Really?
Because I've asked you a question.
And I told you the answer.
No, you didn't.
Step out of the vehicle.
Oh, are you gonna?
If I have to, do I have to?
You gonna break my arm?
Do I have to pull you out of the vehicle?
Are you gonna break my arm?
I already told you I would do that if I needed to.
Are you going to break my arm?
I'm not gonna break your arm.
He eventually gets her out, and the moment she steps out, boom, total meltdown.
Not till you fucking, because you are hurting me.
Step out of the vehicle.
You wonder why people...
Because they just don't cooperate with the
let
rest.
go now. I
No,
stepped
you're under
out.
arrest.
Okay.
Turn around.
Oh, God. Really? I hope you're proud of yourself.
I wish you'd stop being ridiculous.
Really? I pay your guys' bills, by the way.
Oh, my goodness.
Ask him is why he was
And I told you you're under arrest for DUI.
You have no proof.
I have proof. You're under arrest.
You'll never stand up and
Well, then that's where you get a chance to fight it. I might have to touch that door first.
No, I'm not going in there. I want to go to the yard.
You're going in the car.
No. Oh, my God!
Step
All right.
Wow!
You watch your head. Watch your head.
I want your sergeant right now.
I am the sergeant. Turn around and have a seat in the car.
Okay, I want your captain.
Turn around and have a seat.
Nope, I want your captain.
Turn around and have a seat in the car.
I never resisted.
Ma'am, I need you to sit back.
I want to go to the ER. I want to go to the ER. I want to go to the ER. You didn't take me to the ER.
Relax.
Where's
Ma'am,
the captain?
Look at me. I need you to relax. Okay? All right.
Where's your captain?
All right. We don't have a captain. All right.
Have a
This is our
seat in the
sergeant
car.
right here.
Okay.
Have a seat in the car.
Who's above your sergeant? Huh? No. I want to go to the ER right now.
You're under arrest.
Are you gonna take me to the ER?
All right, we'll talk about that. Have a seat in
No,
the car.
I want to go to the ER.
Have a seat in the
You
car.
just hurt me. I was
not hurt
walking to the car and you just dropped my ass on the ground. Yes, you did.
You're
Warwick.
You're drunk from stumbling. You're stumbling. Have a seat in the car.
No, you just shoved my ass. All right, don't touch me. Dude, I don't know. Get it out.
Here's the problem. You're not in charge.
You I'll sue your ass. You really need to loosen these cuffs though because they really hurt. No, they hurt. I want them loose now.
You need to
Loosen them.
You need to stop.
They hurt. That's not. I want the seatbelt loosened. I want these cuffs loosened right now. I want them loosened right now. They hurt. Then take me to the ER.
Just like that, bad decision after bad decision lands her cuffed and stuffed in the back of a police car. And here's the kicker. Her blood alcohol level is 0.17. That's over twice the legal limit. Now she's facing charges for DUI, resisting arrest, and attempting to run from a police vehicle. Being a Karen on the road doesn't just get you judged, it gets you charged. Check out this insane video captured on CCTV in China where a man simply doing his work before the unthinkable happened. The tower exploded out of nowhere, sending the man flying and giving him the scare of a lifetime. Luckily, the man only suffered minor injuries. Son Jama, sending people scrambling in every direction. He charges through a narrow alley lined with Gothic-style buildings, swinging the blade and shouting while screams echo from nearby. At one point, the suspect appears to target an elderly man in a black shirt. He even turns towards someone filming on their phone, adding to the chaos. Local media say he struck at least one person in the head before police arrived and arrested him. According to reports, the man is believed to have mental health issues. His motive remains unclear, but investigators are now looking into the incident. This woman decides to swipe a box of candy from a convenience store, but the cops were not letting that slide. They pull up like it's a full-blown sting operation.
Guys, you stole candy, it's fine, but come back. Stop, don't.
I'm not doing anything.
Listen, they just want you to trespass. If you walk away, you're going to go to jail. Go sit over there.
I'm listening.
Okay, go sit over there.
All right, cool.
You're being video and audio recorded, just so you know. Have a seat, please.
I'm not trespassing.
Have a seat.
I don't want to have a seat.
Oh my God, you're going to make us take you to jail over some stupid?
I have a seat. Yes, okay, so correct. So you know who I am. I'm Catalina. What's up?
You're what?
I'm Catalina. What's up?
I don't know who you are.
Okay, then.
Okay, so they said you stole candy. What I'd like is to get the candy back and issue a trespass warning, and we can be gone.
I don't have no candy. I didn't steal anything.
You didn't?
No.
Okay, all right, we'll have them do a show up and stuff, and if they say it's you, we'll arrest you, okay?
Okay.
That works.
That's too bad. There's no candy in it.
We're just going to see if you were one that stole it. It's been a while, so whether or not you have whatever they say you stole or not, we'll talk to them, okay? Will you hang out with her for a second? We're just going to go back over there and just talk to them. See what
Anyway, the woman who identified herself as Catalina was apparently spotted grabbing some candies when the store owner's mom caught her in the act. And instead of owning up to it, Catalina runs straight out of the store like she's done some kind of candy heist movie. But guess what? Didn't get far. Cops found her chilling near the store.
If you want the surveillance, I can...
What do you want done? You just want her trespassed? You want her charged?
What do you guys recommend?
I don't know. She's saying she doesn't have any of this stuff on her. What did she steal?
So I saw her on the camera stealing candy and the chips. So I'm not sure what she did with the candy, but
What kind of candy?
It's yellow color box candy.
Do you want to see if we can get the stuff back and then we'll just trespass her? If not, then we can arrest her if you want. I mean, it's up to you, really. It's your store.
I mean, you guys gonna arrest her and then after like 24 hours she's gonna be back on the street.
Correct. Yeah, I don't run.
There's no point of doing that.
We can. Well, I can't tell you what they'll do, right? I mean, I can't say that won't happen. I also can't say that will happen. Maybe she'll be for misdemeanor. They won't hold her forever, but we can issue a trespass warning if you want, so she can never come back to the store.
Now at this point, it's pretty obvious what's about to go down, but Catalina's not about to make it easy. She starts arguing, refusing to cooperate, making a whole scene. The cops try to keep it calm, but she's fighting back and yelling.
I have an interview to go to. I have an appointment to go to.
Where at?
Where at? The library.
The library? You got an appointment at the library?
Valley City.
So you are going to be under arrest?
I didn't steal anything.
Well, they do have video footage of you.
I literally didn't steal anything.
Well, they have video footage of you.
I didn't steal anything.
Candy, so go ahead.
I didn't steal anything.
Stop.
No.
No. I don't want to hurt you.
No. Get the off of me. No.
Quit it.
No. 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 No.
Put your hands behind your back.
No.
Okay?
No. 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 No.
Put your hands behind your back.
No.
Okay?
No.
Kind of roll it.
No.
I got her hand back. If you can get that hand.
No. Get the off of me.
So just
get off of me. Get off. No.
And then she makes it way worse for herself. She bites one of the officers. So now it's not just about candy anymore. They straight up tell her, you're not going to jail because of the candy. You're going because you bit a cop.
There you go.
Get off! No! No! Get off of me!
Hold on. There we go.
No! No!
Stop fighting. She bit me.
Stop!
Oh.
Get off of me now!
All right, now you're under arrest for a felony.
No!
You just assaulted a
Because I didn't get anything. No! No! Get off of me! No! Get off! Get off!
Let go of the handcuffs.
No, because I didn't steal anything.
You're going to get tased
I
if you don't.
didn't steal!
You're going to get tased if you don't let go.
No! I didn't! Stop!
Stop resisting. Stop fighting. Let go of the handcuffs. Put your hand behind your back.
Get off!
You're going to get tased again if you let go then.
Get off!
Catalina, quit. Stop.
Get off! Get off!
Okay, we need to... Yep, do you. What do you? Bitch.
I didn't steal anything!
Ma'am.
No!
Stop, man.
No, because I didn't steal nothing. No. I'm not under assault 3 because I didn't...
You bit me. You bit me.
Because you said I stole something!
Okay, well, you're under arrest.
No,
okay?
arrest for what?
You were going to be under arrest for shoplifting. Now you're under arrest for assaulting a police officer.
Trespass me!
Catalina.
Stop!
It was for shoplifting?
No! I didn't shoplift shit!
Then it upgraded to assault 3 and you bit my partner.
No, because I didn't shoplift You're dictating our actions right now. I did. No, I didn't.
Catalina.
Stop taking shit out of my pocket. You steal stuff from me.
Stay straight.
Stop. No. Let me go.
Damn.
Let me go. Stop. Get the off of me. Stop. Get off of me because I steal shit. Get the off of me. No. I'm lying. No. Get off of me. Get off. Stop. Get the off. Get off. Stop. Get the off of me.
Eventually, they get her in the back of the police car, still yelling. And now she's got a whole list of charges waiting for her. Third-degree assault, making false statements, obstructing law enforcement, theft, and resisting arrest. All of that over some candy. Stealing's bad, but turning it into a whole showdown with law enforcement, not the brightest move. Catalina could have just walked away with a warning or maybe a fine, but instead, she went full chaos. And now she's got a date with a judge. Most people are familiar with voice assistants like Amazon Alexa, but in Russia, they got their own version and it's called Alice. In this clip, a woman inside her apartment starts recording as something unsettling unfolds involving the device.
Алиса, что ты сейчас говорила? Алиса, что ты сейчас говорила? Алиса, с кем ты сейчас говорила?
Я говорила по-итальянски. Это язык.
Что ты сейчас на итальянском сказала? Что ты сейчас говорила?
Я говорила по-итальянски. Это язык.
Скажи мне, что ты говорила. Ну, скажи мне, что ты говорила.
Я сказала, я не понимаю, что вы хотите.
Алиса, я дома одна?
Тогда зачем вам итальянский?
Я спрашиваю, Алиса, я дома одна?
Если вы дома одни, то кто же тогда со мной разговаривает?
Some people think this is paranormal, but to me, it's something even creepier. The company behind the Russian voice assistant, Alice, says it only responds to sound, but in this clip, the device starts whispering to itself in an empty room. No one's talking, no prompts, just a voice assistant acting like it has a mind of its own. The developers admitted they don't know why it happened, which points to some kind of glitch in the AI's code. And honestly, that's what makes it so unsettling. What do you think? Is this a bug or something more? This happened in the Philippines. CCTV shows a truck lose control in what was an insane incident. Take a look. The truck tipped over, going at a high speed. Residents took this as an opportunity to loot the unbroken bottles of beer that fell off the truck. 3 people were injured, and the woman you saw walking in the beginning didn't get injured.
Holy! Hi.
Camping in the wild can be an incredible way to feel connected to nature, but nearly getting crushed by a boulder? That takes things to a whole new level. This close call was more than enough to remind someone just how fragile life can be, and why it pays to think carefully about where you set up camp.
Holy! Hi. Holy! Hey! You got saved by this.
Next time, maybe double check for a loose rock above your tent. I'd consider these folks to be extremely lucky, wouldn't you say? Check out this heart-stopping footage of a duo riding their bike before being met with the most frightening situation of their lives. Want to know what's crazy? The hole remains unrepaired. They should probably get on that, but I'm glad the victims hopped off their bike in time. That could have easily went south real fast. This happened in March 2021, and an ordinary day took a turn for the worst in the blink of an eye. Watch this. train collided with a truck that had gotten stuck on the tracks. Yet another incident was starting to feel like a never-ending trend. It's almost hard to keep count of how many vehicles have been hit in similar situations lately. Fortunately, no one is hurt this time, but it's getting increasingly frustrating to see the same preventable mistake play out again and again. This body cam footage comes from an officer in Mooresville, Indiana, recorded on April 26, 2025. At the time, the officer was working alongside a colleague to set up a trap for a black Dodge Challenger that had been spotted speeding.
Dispatch has been struck by a vehicle.
The officer managed to get a trap in place, though it's unclear exactly what kind it was. The speeding driver spotted it, slowed down, then suddenly veered right into the officer. It looked intentional. While it seemed like the officer rolled out of the way, reports later confirmed he was actually hit, though thankfully not seriously injured. Some stories are so strange they almost don't seem real. This is one of them. Darren Hickey was a 51-year-old wedding planner from Bolton, known for his big heart and even bigger energy. He loved helping people, whether it was organizing dream weddings or giving back through charity work. And he wasn't just hardworking, he was a fighter. 7 years earlier, Darren had suffered a major stroke. It affected his speech and mobility, but he pushed through it with relentless determination. His resilience earned him an Inspirational Person of Courage award from the Stroke Association, but after surviving all that, no one could have guessed what would take him down: a single bite of fish cake. On April 4, 2019, Darren attended an event at a wedding venue. Around lunchtime, he sampled a fish cake. No big deal, right? But the bite was scorching hot and burned the back of his throat. Like most of us, he shrugged it off. Later, though, the pain got worse. He visited an urgent care center where doctors gave him paracetamol and told him to return if things escalated. He went home thinking the worst was over. It wasn't. Over the next 12 hours, the burn caused his throat to swell rapidly. That night, his partner Neil Parkinson heard disturbing sounds and found Darren choking and gasping for air. Neil called for help and tried CPR. Paramedics arrived fast, but Darren didn't make it. He was pronounced dead just after midnight. The inquest revealed the shocking cause: a severe throat burn that led to massive swelling, cutting off his airway. The damage was so deep it could only be seen with specialized tools. A pathologist compared it to burns seen in house fire victims who inhale smoke, all from one small bite of overheated fish cake. It's rare, but it happened, and it's a reminder that something as simple as eating too fast or too hot can turn into something far more serious than anyone expects. This happened in Brazil and shows a truck lose control and burst into flames and spread to nearby vehicles. 22 cars and 3 trucks to be exact. 5 were injured and the highway was closed, understandably so. No fatalities were reported, so that's a positive. A bus driver exploded seemingly out of nowhere. The driver was sent 8 feet in the air. Sadly, the driver didn't make it. It just goes to show that you never know when it's your time, as this was out of the blue. Most of us have our go-to vices: chocolate, too much coffee, or late-night Netflix binges. But for 30-year-old Natasha Harris, a mother of 8 from Invercargill, New Zealand, it was Coca-Cola. And it wasn't just a daily habit, it was an obsession. She drank nearly 2 gallons of Coke a day, every day. From the moment she woke up to the moment she went to bed, she always had a glass in hand. Without it, she'd get shaky, irritable, and restless. Her family never thought much of it. There were no warning labels on the bottles. It was just soda. But over time, her health started to collapse. For 6 months before death, Natasha was exhausted, nauseous, and often vomiting in the mornings. She refused to see a doctor. She was terrified of them. Her diet was almost non-existent. She barely ate, but she smoked about 30 cigarettes a day. Her teeth rotted so badly they had to be pulled. Some of her kids were even born without enamel, likely due to her soda intake during pregnancy. Now for the shocking part. A single ounce of Coke contains around 2.3 milligrams of caffeine. Natasha was drinking between 2.1 and 2.6 gallons daily. That's close to 800 milligrams of caffeine a day, double the recommended safe limit. On February 25, 2010, she started her morning like usual, got her kids ready for school, and had her first glass of Coke. But soon after, she collapsed in the bathroom, struggling to breathe. Her partner, Christopher Hodgkinson, called emergency services and tried CPR. It didn't work. Natasha died at home. An inquest later revealed she had died from cardiac arrhythmia, an irregular heartbeat, but doctors also suspected hypokalemia, a dangerous drop in potassium levels, likely caused by the extreme caffeine and sugar intake. Coca-Cola denied responsibility, saying there wasn't enough proof to directly blame their product, but experts didn't need much convincing. Drinking nearly 4,000 calories a day in soda alone, on top of everything else, was more than any body could handle. For most people, soda in moderation isn't a problem, but Natasha's story is a brutal reminder that even something as normal as a soft drink can turn deadly when it spirals out of control. This horrifying footage captures a truck crash in the underground passage of a train station. It's reported the driver lost control due to driving in unideal weather conditions. This was in Moscow, so it should be no surprise snow was crashing down, making it difficult to drive. The driver made it out. However, there was another person trapped in the cabin of the truck. Luckily, there were no reports of any injuries, and that's always a good thing. In yet another China clip, we see another crazy accident. Watch this. It was reported he was driving in an intersection and crashed multiple times. He was taken to a hospital, but lucky for him, no serious injuries. In this video, police show up to a residence where a dispute between a couple over their young one occurred. Officers tried reasoning with the man. He refused to cooperate and things get ugly really fast. Keep watching.
If you're gonna come here and tell me that, you have to stay away over protection with them, dude. I don't want to get in a fight with you, especially just throwing your hands, all right? It's not gonna happen. Come on, come. All right, come on. Let's go. We're not coming. We're not coming. Hey, dude, stop. You're gonna do this to yourself. You're gonna do this to yourself. Hey! What the f? Give me your hands. Give me your hands. Give me your hands. All right, stop. Let me go. You are too strong, son. Get the f out of here. Stop.
During the confrontation, a struggle broke out. That's when Dignian grabbed a heavy steel C-clamp and struck Trooper Junila Sabari in the head. The tool was no small object, about 7 by 17 inches and weighing 8 pounds. Deputy Corey Whitney, an 11-year veteran, responded by firing a taser at Dignian, but it had no effect. When the situation continued to escalate, Deputy Whitney pulled his firearm and shot Dignian twice. The young one who was present was safely removed and placed in the care of family members. Dignian was taken to a nearby hospital and he didn't make it. I feel awful for his youngster that witnessed that. His cries were absolutely heartbreaking. CCTV footage shows a terrifying incident in China. A man was riding his bike before this happened. The black SUV continued driving in reverse on the rock, which would lift the vehicle up and give the man a window to escape. That is insane Final Destination-like luck. The driver of the SUV called an ambulance for the cyclist. Fortunately, he only endured major injuries.
Over there! Get it going! Oh, sorry. Oh my God!
Cars in fire? Yeah, not exactly a winning combo, kind of like walls and moving vehicles. So when the owner of this truck noticed the car parked next to him suddenly going full fireball, he did what most of us hope we do. He jumped in and tried to get his truck the heck out of there. The only issue? In his panic to escape the growing inferno, he ended up slamming straight into the building behind him, nearly taking out a brick wall in the process.
Oh my God! Come in! Amy Jo, come inside. It's dangerous.
As dramatic as that was, the real star of the show might have been the flaming car. It was burning so intensely, it honestly looked like there was a fire-breathing dragon trapped under the hood. Wish the camera had stuck with that angle. Would have made one heck of a fantasy movie trailer. It was a seriously close call for snowboarder Sahabiddin Gun, who found himself right in the middle of an avalanche. He'd spent about 4 hours hiking up Mount Ordos in Turkey, all for what was supposed to be a thrilling ride down on his board. Turns out, nature had other plans. Just as he started his descent, the snow gave way, and an avalanche came barreling after him. By total coincidence, a drone from a Turkish news agency was filming him at the time, trying to catch some cool footage of the ride. Instead, it captured a near disaster. Gunn actually got caught in the avalanche and was dragged about 50 meters down the mountain. He later told reporters that the second he saw the snow crack, he threw himself to the ride and just let it take him. Scary as it was, he said he stayed calm and didn't let himself panic. As soon as he had a chance to get on his feet and move, he got out of there on his own. Avalanches like that can be deadly, especially for athletes who don't see them coming. But walking away from one without a scratch, that says a lot about Gunn's skill and instincts on the mountain. One thing about cruise ships, they'll pretty much let you drink as much as your liver can handle, and as you might guess, that doesn't always end well. This clip kicks off in the middle of a full-blown argument between a woman and a couple of random guys at the bar. It's already heated, voices are raised, and things are getting tense. Then, out of nowhere, the guy starts demanding that she be kicked out of the area, but instead of backing down, she reaches for a ketchup bottle and just starts blasting the dudes right in the face. Not a drizzle, full-on condiment warfare. Now, we have no idea who started what or who's actually in the wrong here. But the wildest part, no one steps in, everyone just kinda watches. Eventually, after what feels like an entire episode of reality TV, cruise staff finally show up and escort her out. And honestly, the most tragic detail in this whole spicy showdown, the ketchup wasn't even Heinz.
Oh no! Oh jeez. Well, he definitely clipped that vehicle. It's a good thing it wasn't 1 second later, or he would have T-boned and seriously injured someone in that vehicle.
A reportedly stolen truck tore through the streets of Long Beach, California, turning the city into a real-life action movie for about 20 minutes.
Over the center divider, clipping that vehicle right through a red light. Absolutely ridiculous behavior. Back up here, just fearless, no fear at all from this suspect. Who's he gonna hit next? I mean, this is just hurling down the roadway, almost fishtailed right there.
A KCBS News helicopter was up in the air, catching all the chaos on camera. The truck was flying, hitting speeds close to 100 miles an hour as it weaved through traffic like it was in a video game.
I think he must have hit 6 or 7 cars at this point, just plowing right into that Toyota 4Runner.
At first, it managed to dodge other cars by inches, but that didn't last long.
Hey, wow, really just grinding up against the wall right there, somehow squeezing through next to that box truck.
Pretty soon, it started bumping into vehicles in front of it, turning close calls into actual hits.
Boy, no, just bustling through, no! Oh, God, oh my God! All kinds of property damage, just pushing these vehicles out of the way.
Eventually, the truck's wild ride came to an end.
Oh no! No! My God! More! This has got to be the end of it. His plow is stopping. At least he didn't go through that Sherwin-Williams paint store. Oh my God! It is over. I probably hit a dozen vehicles and out and just acting like whatever.
The driver casually stepped out of the wreck like it was no big deal and tried to walk off like nothing happened. But yeah, the cops weren't about to let that slide. They moved in fast and took the driver into custody. Some might dismiss it as a hoax, others are left stunned, and a few even believe the man isn't from this world. But one thing most people can agree on, the footage is seriously creepy. In the security camera clip, you can see the front of a shop where 2 homeless individuals are sleeping outside. A couple approaches the entrance but quickly leaves when they realize the store is closed. Then a mysterious figure in a dark hoodie appears on the left side of the screen and walks directly toward the door, only he doesn't open it, he passes right through it. Once inside, lights flicker in the shop. Moments later, the man exits the same way he entered, straight through the closed door, this time holding food. One of the more bizarre theories stems from the timestamp in the top left corner, which jumps from 2016 to 2019, leading some to speculate that this man might actually be a time traveler. Or is it just some well-done special effects? Whoever or whatever he is, I wouldn't mind having his abilities. Check this out. This video blew up on social media, and once you see it, you'll get why. It shows a woman's driving test in Argentina that went totally off the rails and straight into a lamppost. The woman, who's 63, was in the middle of her test in a parking lot when things took a turn. She tried to stop, but instead of hitting the brakes, she accidentally hit the gas and ended up speeding right into a pole. Total mix-up. Luckily, she wasn't seriously hurt, but yeah, she definitely didn't pass the test.
We have an abatement warrant, so we're authorized by a judge to remove all this property.
Does Jake know about this?
It doesn't matter. He knew about it in the court hearing that he had. He had 60 days to correct this. His trial was in April. He had 60 days from then, and we have an abatement warrant.
On January 30, 2025 in Lafarge, Wisconsin, a bunch of law enforcement agencies teamed up to finally deal with a property that had been raising eyebrows and complaints since way back in 2013. The place had been breaking local ordinances for years, and by March 2024, police had tried more than once to sort it out. But the guy who owned the property wasn't having it. He straight up refused to cooperate. Eventually, cops got a court order to go in and clean up the mess. Trash, random junk, old materials, basically anything piled up outside that didn't belong. The guy at the center of it all, Jacob Zell, a 51-year-old with quite the reputation. He's been known to make his feelings about the police very clear and very loud. Just a few weeks before this, in a totally different county, he'd made 115 calls to 911, not for emergencies, mind you, but mostly to rant, yell, and cuss out dispatchers. So, during the operation, which included 4 police departments and a junk removal crew, officers were warned Jacob might show up, and if he did, he'd be arrested on the spot. Why? Because he'd already violated his bond conditions earlier that week by calling 911 again and going off on the dispatcher. Sure enough, as the cleanup was getting underway, one of Jacob's friends rolled up, curious about what was going down. Not long after, Jacob himself started calling 911 from another county, freaking out that people were taking his stuff. He told dispatch he was on his way and that there'd be hell to pay when he got there. He even asked to talk to the Lafarge police chief directly.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Which great idiot is this?
It's Chief Palmer, Jacob.
Oh, what the f*** are you doing on the phone, you stupid piece of shit?
Well, we're taking...
What are you doing? I'm stealing some shit today, you card?
We're removing...
You got a court order? You got a warrant?
Yes, I do, Jacob.
Yeah, and you presented it, right?
Well, we're acting on it, so.
You're fucking done, Palmer!
Okay.
You're done!
I'll lose a second of sleep over it, Jacob.
Fuck yourself! What are you doing today after that? Going to steal somebody's baby? Huh? You're going to create laws and get people hooked on drugs and then take their fucking kids? How many times have you done
Jacob,
that?
if you're not going to be civil, if
you arrested for child support, you f***tard? And then after me, how many people have you arrested for?
150 Vernon, I hung up on Jacob. I'm not going to talk to him anymore.
And just like they figured, Jacob pulled up not long after, and boom, officers arrested him right away.
Get him. Get him. Get him.
Hey, what the f***
Get on the ground.
What are you guys doing?
Down!
What are you doing? I have glasses.
Put your arms behind your back.
I can't. You have them. How can I? You're breaking my glasses. Why don't you just ask me to put my hands behind my back?
We told you to stop.
Listen. Another day in LaFleur.
Yep, we'll have to readjust. We could do that right now.
Yeah.
Radio.
I'm going to get this out of your way.
17 Vernon, we're 1095. So if we can lift him just slightly this way. All right, back under.
Oh, so you're gonna destroy my pants too? Yeah, send out EMS because you guys broke my face and you tackled me to the ground, you know. Oh yeah, what am I being arrested for?
Bill jumping.
Oh, get some good pictures there, Lonnie. Ha ha ha, the crybaby. Yeah, the guy who always punches. I can't stand up, dude. You guys up my knee.
That's good right there.
You up my knee, good. I can't even be on that knee. It up. Wow, look at them all. That's what it takes. Don't have junk in Lafarge, guys. They will bring everybody in Vernon County down on ya. And of course, we got Punch Down Mueller. Of course, he never reports that I sued him for defamation. Afraid of being a... Oh, right. Ontario? What? They still got a f***ing cop?
You want to put a spit hood on?
Oh, man, look at those f***ing things sticking in. Oh, now we're doing masks. Wow. Whatever happened to, hey, Jacob, we want to talk to you.
Once he was taken away, crews got to work. They cleared out decayed wood, busted shelves, broken glass, just heaps of junk. His old truck, which he drove to the scene, was in such rough shape it got towed to the impound for being unsafe to drive. Jacob ended up slapped with multiple charges, 2 counts each of disorderly conduct and bail jumping, all misdemeanors. He was released soon after on a $250 cash bond, but because the property was officially labeled a persistent nuisance, he's on the hook for the cleanup costs, the damage he caused at the Vernon County Jail, and yep, the cleanup of his feces from the holding cell. Yeah, it was a whole scene. Bridgeport, Connecticut. On the evening of March 31st, 2025, things got chaotic on East Main Street around 5:50 p.m. Bridgeport police officers, including Officer Yoon Hyo and Officer Aaron Perota, were called out to break up a large fight. Word was the crowd had gathered after a funeral, and on top of that, someone reported that a guy in a black Chevy Tahoe nearby might be carrying a gun. Officers found the SUV parked in a store lot on East Main. Inside were 2 people. Officer Perota opened the passenger door and let the passenger, later identified as 38-year-old Deshaun Best, know he was about to be frisked. But instead of cooperating, Best jumped out and took off, clutching a bottle of Remy Martin as he ran.
Can you just step out? We just gotta pat you guys both down if somebody says something about a firearm.
Firearm down there.
Okay, well we got it. Well, now we're here, so if you got nothing, then it's quick, and then we'll let you go.
All right.
Oh. 39 foot pursuit. Stop! I'm gonna tase you!
Perota and Hyo took off after him, and the chase was on. Best bolted through a gas station near Beecher and Koseth Street, even losing his shoes along the way. Officer Hyo tried to stop him with a taser, but it didn't slow him down.
Stop fucking running, yo!
Units on for pursuit.
Cinco gas, no left!
The chase continued down Kossuth Street and into the driveway of a house near 1420 Kossuth. By then, Best had ditched the liquor bottle. As he ran up the driveway, officers say he pulled out what looked like a gun in his right hand. In response, Officer Hill fired 2 shots, hitting Best.
I mean, died just now. I'm over.
Yo! 32 full pursuit. Eastbound on Boston Ave. Yo, you're gonna get tased! You're gonna get f***ing tased! F***. 32 taser deployed. Oh, f***. Yo! Yo! 32 shots fired. Yo!
When officers reached him, they found a high-point compact 9mm handgun right next to where he'd fallen. They immediately began first aid and kept it up until firefighters arrived. Best was rushed to Bridgeport Hospital by ambulance, but he was pronounced dead at 7:41 p.m.
Come here, man.
Don't do it.
What's your name?
Kill me.
Dude, show me your hands right now.
Me, bro.
Pull your hand out of your... I swear to God, pull your...
Over in Columbus, Ohio, just the other day, Tuesday, March 25th of this year, 2025, the SWAT team from the Columbus police finally tracked down this guy, Darnell Jones. He was 33 and a wanted man, big time because they said he took the life of his own 13-year-old daughter. They found him in this area called Victorian Village and things got real tense real quick. The body cam footage shows the cops trying to get him to come with them, but he wasn't having it. He kept telling them to just go ahead and shoot him. Then he reached into his pocket, and wouldn't you know it, they found a gun on him later. That's when one of the officers fired a bunch of shots, hitting Jones in his arm, leg, and body.
Don't do it.
What's your name?
Kill me.
Dude, show me your hands right now.
Me, bro.
Pull your hand out of your... I swear to God, pull your...
Shots fired. Shots fired. Dennis in a second. Get medic,
Don't move.
Don't move. All right, suspect down. All you guys are okay. Yep. Don't move. He's got 33 right there. 33 in his hands. No, it's a walkie-talkie, but there's 33s right here. Don't you move or you're gonna get shot. Okay? All right. Got it. Yep. That's him. Somebody get on the main air. Get us a medic.
I'm working on it.
Even though he was shot, the cops started helping him right away. Jones was still awake and saying he just wanted to die. They rushed him to the hospital and somehow he was in okay condition. Now he's facing a whole bunch of charges, including hitting a cop in Franklin County. Turns out the police had been watching him after the cops in Toledo tipped everyone off that he might be in the area. His daughter, Kaimani Lateef, was found dead in an empty house in Toledo. The coroner said someone had slashed her neck multiple times, so it was definitely murder. They said Jones had taken her from her house without permission and was the last one seen with her before she disappeared. Weird thing is, they also found a walkie-talkie on him when they arrested him, and nobody knows why he had it. Now, the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation is looking into the whole shooting incident by the cops as the case continues. It's a pretty messed up situation all around. Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, friends.